Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Healing Honey. If it's your first time here, welcome. So I want to share with you how you can focus on yourself this year to really thrive, and how when I focused on myself for the last 4 years, my life completely changed for the better. I'm going to share with you the things that happened, how I've transformed, and what you can do during this next year. You're going to be so much further ahead than you were before. And remember that life is not a competition. You're not doing this to compete with anyone, but you're doing it to flourish and thrive in your own life and to really feel good from the inside out. This channel is dedicated to self-love and learning how to feel good in every way, emotionally, physically, holistically. And this is our birthright, but we have to learn how to do it. And so I love to share with you the things that I've learned in my own path. Drop me a comment. I would love to know how you found this channel. And if this video helps you, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I want you to love yourself in every season. No matter where you're at in your life right now, appreciate it because it is serving a vital role in your life story. It's so crazy. You know how Snapchat will show you memories, right? And when I look back, I will cringe. I've deleted so many things because I was just in a different space in my life. But when I think back to those times, I have good memories too. Love yourself in every season. No matter if you're up, down, you're learning, you're growing. And so that's why self-love is important, and self-acceptance, and appreciating yourself along your journey. So how are you going to transform? You have to focus on yourself. And one of the key things when you're trying to grow, or when you're trying to make a change in your life, a healthy, positive change, a lot of times you have to be alone, or at least detach from your normal environment or the normal people you're around, the places you used to go, because when you're making a change, it's brand new, it's different, and it's going to feel uncomfortable, it's going to feel scary, but you have to dive into the unknown. You have to dive into the darkness. You don't know what's next, but trust yourself. And also have this sense of curiosity like a child. See what's going to happen. Because I know a lot of you found my channel quitting a substance, stopping weed, and you want to know, like, well, what's going to happen if I do it? The best advice I can give you is to try, like, see what's going to happen. Or maybe you're on a celibacy journey and you're afraid, like, how am I going to feel single? Like, am I going to be missing out? That whole FOMO thing. Or you used to live one lifestyle and now you're starting to transition into a new one and you don't know what's going to happen. But we're on this life path right now, so you might as well try, like, give it a go, see what's going to happen. And that's how you find out. But life is this crazy ride. Like, it's going to surprise you. The universe is going to surprise you. New doors are going to open, new perspectives. And that's really living, is like trying new things and taking risks, seeing what's going to happen, versus just always doing the same thing. You keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results, right? So if you want to make a change, you have to go about life in a new way. So when we talk about focusing on yourself, you want to be alone. For me, I spent my entire life in Southern California, in LA, the Pasadena area, the Valley, the 818, downtown LA, Los Angeles, the beach, Santa Monica, like, and I love California. Shout out to everybody if you're from there. It's going through a rough time right now, but to focus on myself, I moved out of LA and I moved into Arizona on my own, just me and my daughter. And at first I didn't want to do it. I was afraid. But California is super expensive. You guys, I was working as a makeup artist for MAC in Beverly Hills. I had just started that position and I was really excited, but to go 20 miles, like, from where I'm at, from my apartment to Beverly Hills was only like 25 miles, 27 miles. Guess how long it would take me on that commute? It would take me over an hour and a half. An hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. And I had a small daughter at the time. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? And so focusing on yourself means betting on yourself and taking a risk, doing something new. I moved out of California on my own into Arizona, and it was a brand new chapter for me. So to focus on yourself, try being on your own, and maybe you need a fresh start. It's not until you're in a new environment that you can see things more clearly. So when I left my hometown, all the people that I knew, all my family, all my friends, everything, and I was by myself, you start the journey of getting to know yourself better, right? But at the same time, you can see things more clearly. And so I was able to see like the toxic things that were happening in my old lifestyle. Like when you're away from it and you're looking into it, you can see it better than when you're in it. When you're in it, you can't really recognize, like your awareness is not there, but it's not until you detach and you separate from it that you're able to see it more clearly. So if you're not able to move into a new environment, it's okay. Just it's about a mindset shift and wanting something new. So it begins within you. It's this desire of being courageous and brave, of wanting a change in your life. You know, God wants to work on you. God wants to refine you, and your own soul may want change or something new. Something new is awaiting you. You just have to be brave enough to answer like that call within and trust yourself, trust life, and just be curious, right? See what could potentially happen for you. So when we talk about focus, it means your attention, putting the attention on you, your internal world. And so a lot of times I used to think a glow up or change was just on the outside, but for me, I found that when I started to work on my inside world, which means your mindset and tapping into your feminine energy, your intuition, and your spirit, your soul, that's where the real change happens. And you guys, a major key to life is knowing that reality, what we can see with our eyes, it starts inside first. What you think to be true is what you're going to create, because your mind is controlled. Like what your mind believes to be true, you're going to attract to you, and it's going to determine your behaviors. So if you don't think something is possible, or if you don't think something is true, or what you think is true, that's what you're going to do. And so it's all an inside job. But it's exciting because you get to tap in with the unseen world, the spiritual realm, and create the life of your dreams and co-create with spirit, with God. And how are you going to be doing these things if you're distracted? So that's why I say focus on yourself. It can start with being alone, or just with that intention that this year I'm going to drop the distractions and focus on me. What did this look like besides moving away? I moved away from my hometown, but then I decided, okay, well, I'm going to be single. And it's hard at first because we have connections, we have our heart, our desire, like our feelings, right, might be leading us. It took a while for me to be like, okay, and make that change. But I shifted into celibacy because I was like, needed to focus on myself. And celibacy sounds so extreme, like, and scary, but it's one thing that will help you focus on yourself because you're not being distracted by your lustful temptations. And I'll drop some videos down below. Like I was celibate for 4 years, and so I talk about masturbation in one of the videos. I talk about just different things, how to start that type of journey, the changes you experience, and just what it's like being single and alone during those times, right? But it's beautiful because you get to deal with your feelings and deal with you. You're in a relationship, but it's with you and it's with the divine. So you get to focus, right? Like how they tell athletes not to have sex before a big game or tournament or boxing match, you know, like they got to focus. They got to get their rest. Their mind has to be clear on what it is they're about to do. So what you're about to do is you, okay? You're about to do you. You're about to be focused. And sometimes it will make people mad because they feel like, oh, well, you're selfish, or, oh, you don't care about me. It's not about that, but you have to care about you, right? So it's about putting the attention inside. So celibacy is a major key. Also, like sobriety. because you guys, weed is a huge distraction. That's how it was in my life. Or even going out, partying, drinking all the time, whatever you're into, okay? Whatever your vice is. And it's in the same category as lust, because maybe it's cigarettes, maybe it's gambling, maybe it's porn, or there's tons of vices out here that will just have your mind distracted. So again, think about that word focus. Like, you got to focus on you. And what's going to happen is any bad habits that you have, that's what's going to rise to the surface. You're going to become aware of it. Like when let's say you're celibate, and then you start breaking like addictions or bad habits. If you stop going out with friends, like, you're left with you, right? Like, and so it's not about being a nun or a monk or hating the world. Like, I've heard a lot of things like, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, you can't care what people say, because most of the world is not focusing on themselves. Like, they're distracted by a TV show, by a substance, by a person, by their temptations, right? So this is a deep spiritual journey, but you're going to flourish. You're going to grow if you're brave enough to do it. And I know you are, because you're on this video. Okay, I did it. And I want you to love yourself through every season, because when you're focusing on yourself, things are going to rise to the surface. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly of yourself, the decisions you've been making, the behaviors you've been doing, why you feel bound or tied to certain things, whatever it is in your life, right? And it might take you back to childhood, or you might have to do some spiritual work on yourself. Look at your family's history, generations before you, the mindsets we've been carrying, what you were taught in school, or your personal experiences as a kid or a teenager or a young adult, the relationships. And so we're healing for real on this channel. Like, I'm not here to play with y'all. Like, I'm here to tell you the truth, right? And so when you focus on yourself, you're gonna grow, but it's gonna be for the better. And then you're gonna become a healthier version of yourself, inside and outside. When I lost 30 pounds, it was because I started to heal myself inside, learn about health. But it's not enough to learn about health if you don't care about yourself enough to actually do it. Because, for example, everybody knows a salad is healthy, right? They know it's the right thing to do, but they don't want to do it because they might not feel compelled to, because the self-love is missing. The value isn't there. But when you start to focus on yourself, then you start to love yourself more, value yourself more, which includes your health. I mean, without your health, you really don't have anything. And so when I talk about self-love, it's about holistically loving yourself, what is in your own best interest, and starting to do that, like starting to have your life in alignment with what is healthiest for you, be it people you're around, the mindset you're carrying, how you live your life, your lifestyle, your emotions. That's why I tell you guys, feel your feelings. Don't be afraid, because that's how you honor yourself. Stay true to your heart. Create a life that you love. Don't let the world confuse you, right? What's actually inside your soul, and then living your life in alignment with that. And that's what you deserve to do. Like, you're so powerful when you remember that you are, and when you live your life in accordance to your power and to love for self. You guys, and health is such a major key. I follow a lot of incredible people who have taught me so much about health and remind me, and they're young. Some of them are younger than me or older. It doesn't really matter, but it's beautiful because it's about the mindset. Their mindset is healthy. They have the self-love. They have the willingness. They have the drive, the self-care, the intelligence to take care of themselves. And so I'm talking about your physical health, what you eat, everything from reading the label to knowing about holistic herbs and Dr. Sebi. Like, there's so much to health that honestly just thrills me because this earth is full of natural remedies. Like honey is healing, and whether you're vegan or you're alkaline or you're keto, whatever you are, like there's just so much to learn about health, and we're all connected. So we have what we need here on earth to heal ourselves, to thrive, to feel good. And so I started to educate myself on health. But how did I have the desire to do that? I started focusing on myself, right? And so you start to notice the details. What are you putting in your mouth? Right? Something as simple as that, versus when I was just distracted in the world in my old lifestyle. I was stuck in traffic in LA for an hour and a half each way. So of course, by the time you're home, you're exhausted. It's easier to pull through McDonald's, or it's like you had a hard day, so you're gonna treat yourself with Starbucks or whatever. Like, I don't know. Or smoking weed, like you get the munchies and now you just want hot Cheetos or whatever. And if you're around your same group of friends, all your family, it's like you're in your comfort zone. So it's kind of like harder to make a change. It's still possible, but it's about healing your mindset. Right, okay, so as you change though, you guys, like you might have some haters, like people who they don't want to believe that you've changed because they haven't. They don't want to believe progression's possible for you. They might hate on you, might gossip or talk down to you. And it just becomes clear, like as you become as you become healthier, who your real friends are, who really has your back and who doesn't. And so your real friends want you to glow up. They want you to feel good. And you want to be around people who have that mindset, not just toward you, but for themselves too, because now you can grow together. You could glow together, learn together, and that's beautiful. Those are the people you want to be around. What I consider real success these days is being able to be a full grown adult, but feel like a young kid inside, so happy, so excited for life, still curious, still hopeful, optimistic, because this world can try to strip you of that with the harsh system that we're in. And you're on a spiritual walk, whether you're aware of it or not. And so don't lose love in your heart. Cleanse yourself of the things that weigh you down energetically. And if you think about a substance like weed, that's how I see it now. Because even though I'm an earth sign, even though I love my crystals and I love herbs, and weed is part of my comfort zone because I did it for so long and it's part of the earth. I'm not against it, but it's about learning how to feel good naturally. And that's what I've done, like in these last 4 years of focusing on myself, renewing myself from the inside out, healing, true healing, which means like I could go back to my old ways, but I no longer need them to feel happy. Like I don't need weed to feel happy anymore. And that's such a flex. It's such a flex. It's not that I can't smoke, it's that I just don't really want to. Like I don't want to because I used to smoke to feel happy, but now I already feel happy inside. Not all of the time, 24/7, but if I'm sad, in a sober state, I can see clearly why and then work on that, or just be present with myself, accept myself, love myself through it. And that's a real, true relationship with yourself. Not pushing down your feelings, not trying to smoke it away, not hating your life, but secretly, and then doing all these destructive things because you're unhappy. No, like that's no way to live, you guys. And that's why some people are depressed or like in chaos, because they refuse to focus on themselves. They refuse to see their own pain. But on this platform, I'm gonna like speak it out. I'm going to speak healing and love over your life because it's one love. And if I can do it, then so can you. So self-healing, it'll naturally start to happen as you focus in on yourself and you are incredibly honest with yourself, but also gentle, being your feminine energy, because that's what the world's missing, is like that softness, that unconditional love. But before you start trying to unconditionally love someone else out there, like start with you. Before even family, like start with you. And then as you're filling your cup with real love, now you're going to have so much to give everyone else. I guarantee you that This year, if you start to focus on yourself more, you're gonna grow so much as a person. You're going to skyrocket toward your dreams because you're putting all of your attention and all of your power and energy into you. So you're not selfish, you're intelligent, and you're practicing self-care, self-love. When you start to focus in on you, you deserve this. This is your life, and it's gonna transform you into a better version of yourself. And then you can share the best parts of you with those that you love in your work and in your life. So you're helping the world become a better place when we become better inside, and we can. I'm sending you so much love, so much power, so much healing on your journey. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in my next video.